fresh good morning and Jai Hind, my dear students. Today we will study sociology, chapter number 2, term and concept in the sociology. As you know, without term and condition, a subject cannot be completed. And without terminology, you cannot identify a subject from other subjects. So it's very important part of any subject, any branch of study. It's very important. So whatever the terms are used in the sociology that make sociology different from other discipline, different from other subject, those are known as a terms. And concept, what is concept? On which idea, on which theory subject sociology is based? That is the concept. What other writers, what great sociologists believe, what they think, what they gave us, that is all the theory in which we believe. That is called terms and the concept in sociology. How we use this term and sociology, we will study in this chapter. So before I give you a lot of explanation, I need to explain first the term. What are the term? What are the concept? And what is the terminology? Every subject, every discipline has its own terminology, its own language, its own symbols to define, to describe, to discriminate that particular subject from other subject or other discipline or branches. You know, in banking few words are used for particular sense, but you cannot use the same word in English, you cannot use the same word in physics, you cannot use the same word in chemistry. So terminology is essential part of each subject. So according to sociologist Peter Berger, terminology is possibly very important for sociology because we are familiar with its subject matter and there already exists word to donate it. Every discipline has a certain set of terms and corresponding concepts that will help in learning and understanding their discipline clearly. Terms can be a word or phrase used to describe a thing or express a concept, especially in a brand of study. Concepts, on the other hand, is an abstract idea that helps to explain or conceptualize a term to gain better understanding of the subject matter of study. So you can understand here term and the concept. Term will be universal in nature and everyone associated with the brand of study will be familiar with it. However, concepts can be different, kind of based on different ideas. We all have different kind of concept regarding the topics or the subject, whatever we study. Sociology as a discipline is marked by different ways of understanding society and abrupt social changes brought due to modernization. Significance of terms and concept in sociology. So now we will discuss the significance of terms and concepts in sociology. What is the importance? Why we need terms and why we need concepts? So without concept, why you study sociology? Why don't you study philosophy instead of sociology? So concept is very important for sociology and for other subjects too. We need a particular concept for particular purpose. So we need specific terms and concept to understand our divergent views about how and why society exists. The terms and concepts reflect the concern of social thinkers to understand and map the social changes. It reflects the concern that sociologists had in understanding the structural inequalities between groups and society. Terms and concepts act as tool of different ways to understand society. What sociology to understand the society. Sociology as a discipline allows coexistence of concepts that lead to divergence of views. For example, conflict theory versus the functionalist theory. This multiplicity of approaches is particularly acute in sociology, or how different thinkers explain society and its functioning. So now you understand what terms and what concepts are in sociology or in society. So terms are very essential part of any subject. Without terms, you cannot explain anything to anyone. You need a particular word to define whole thing, that is known as a terms. What is concept? Concept is an abstract idea. You cannot show anybody that idea, but you can feel, you can express in your words what concept, what theories you believe, whatever the ideas you believe, you only explain through the words. So that is the concept and the terms in the sociology. When you study sociology, you will come to know that what we study in sociology, we study society in the sociology. Every aspect of the society we study in the sociology. So we need particular terms, otherwise philosophy, psychology and political science, history will be mixed up with the sociology. So we need different terms for different subject. Here in sociology few terms are used, and we need to understand what particular term means, what it indicates, what it symbolizes, and how we understand through these terms. And concepts are the ideas presented by the famous sociologist, what they believe. One the special thing about the sociology, that sociology believes in coexistence. One sociologist believe in particular theory, and it is possible that someone else contradict, but both can exist in the society. We cannot say that that person is wrong and that person is right. We cannot say. We believe in coexistence. Both are right at their own point of view. Both can be correct, what they feel, what they think. Okay, we are not here to get conclusion from their theories. We are here to understand why they presented those theories, what is the purpose of the theories, and what we can learn from those theories. So, here in this chapter, terms and concepts are being described. I already explained what is term means and what is concepts. Now we will study further things regarding the terms and concept and their use and their significance. Okay, so we have studied whatever the significance of the terms and concepts. Terms are very useful to understand society. We use particular term for particular person, particular society, particular community. Now come to the society and see how it's functioning. We have to study the terms. Now we are discussing terms, so we have to study one by one all the terms whatever used in the chapter terms and concepts. So first one is the social group. What is social group? Society is found by human interaction. Human interact, communicate and construct social collectivities. These collectivities are referred to as social group and exist in every society. We have something in common with others in the same group. We identify with the group, and the group can create a sense of belonging for us. However, the types of groups that exist may differ from society to society. Now, the first term is the social group. So, what is the social group? Social group is also the part of the society. It is not apart the society, it is the part of the society. In all the society, different groups are there, different type of peoples are there, people having different kind of interest are there. So they create their own group, and they all live in the same society. They are all the part of the same society. That's why we said that sociology believe in coexistence. We say these things that sociology believes in coexistence? So this way, social groups. So what are the social groups? All social groups are part of the society. They represent, they belong society. Sometimes they are different. They they are having common features too, but they have different features too. So we will study how many types of societies, how many types of groups are there in the social groups. So what social group refers? First we have to understand what social group refers. Sometimes you will confuse with the society and social group, that what is the difference. The difference is social group makes society. Social groups are part of the society. They are not the society, they are part of the society. So, social group refers to a collection of continuously interacting persons who share common interest, culture, values, norm within a given society. For example, what is social group? A social group people, a particular group people are interacting with one another. Their interests are common, their values, their norms are common, and they belong to a society. According to Horton and Hunt, social groups are aggregate or categories of people who have consciousness of membership and of interaction. A group is also different from a category. If you are in the same category as a person, you may share similar characteristics like age, height, or you both wear glasses, but you may not interacted or feel the sense of belonging. So there is a difference between social group and the category. Okay, don't confuse with the social group and category, that both are similar, both are different. You can be part of any social group, but in a category similarities are there. You share same age group, same interest, same, but in social group it is not necessary that you share the same age. Okay, the categorization is also different. So social group and categories have few similarity but a lot of differences. A group is also different from a category. If you are in a same category, you may share same similar characteristic, but it is not happen all the time in the group. Now we will study different groups. A quasi group. A quasi group can be defined as an aggregate or combination which lacks structure or organization. There is a one kind of group, quasi group known, and what is the way you can find out this group? So this group lacks structure. There is no proper organization, no proper structure in this group. These groups lack structure, and whose member may be unaware or less aware of the existence of groupings. For example, social classes, status groups, age group, gender group can be quasi groups. So these groups can be quasi groups. In due courses of time and in specific circumstances, such aggregates might take the form of social groups as sociologically defined. For example, people belonging to the same caste might come together to form a caste-based political party. Such political parties will be referred to as social groups, as members will be conscious of their interaction and belongings. Difference between social group and quasi group. What is the difference? Otherwise you will again confuse. There is a thin difference between quasi group and social group. A group of people can take the form of a quasi group at some point and as a social group in specific circumstances. For instances, teenagers worrying about acne problems, pimples, teenagers in metropolitan cities, etc., can be example of quasi groups. However, in specific circumstances, when the group of teenagers turns out to be studying in the same class, a group of common friends, etc., it becomes social groups. Characteristic of a social groups. A social group can be said to have at least the following characteristics. How can you define a social group? So few things are given. Persistent interaction to provide continuity. A stable pattern of these interactions, and the same thing is missing in the classic group. They lack structure, they lack organization, they are not persistent. A sense of belonging to identify with other members. Each individual is conscious of the group itself and its own set of rules, rituals, and symbols. They share interest, acceptance of common norms and values, a definable structure. That is the definition of social group. You can identify by this group a social group. So there are many types of social groups are there, and we will discuss those type of social groups in our next class. Here you have studied terms and concepts, you have studied social groups. These all are the part of the sociology. For example, when you talk about social groups, this social group term is related to sociology. It is not related to Hindi or physics. So this way, this term is very particular for the particular subject, and that's why it is very important. And this one is not only one term used in the sociology, a lot of terms are used, and through those terms you will study, you will understand the sociology well. I hope you understand what I taught in this video. I will continue in my next video. Until then, you study well, take care of yourself, and keep thinking, keep asking questions. Till then, thank you very much. Jai Hind to all.